Hey, welcome back to another edition of In the Kitchen with Chef Larry. Today we're making two different recipes. We're doing a stuffed and smoked turkey breast. The turkey breast will be brined and then stuffed with herbs from the garden and smoked on the Traeger grill. And then we're also doing a very traditional pasta dish, fresh Cavatelli pasta with broccoli in a garlic and oil sauce. Okay, so for the stuffing or filling for the turkey breast, we've got a bunch of herbs here. I've got some parsley. Then I grabbed just a mix of herbs out of the garden. I've got chives, sage, rosemary, marjoram, oregano, 1 onion chopped up, 5 or 6 cloves of garlic. It's kind of like making a pesto. Green onions, and then we're going to pulse all that together. Okay, now I've got some stale bread. This is just going to add as a binder and to create a little bit more volume inside the turkey breast. Okay, it's pretty dry, so I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. Good. Now it's kind of just like a wet, kind of a paste. You can see that's how it should be. Kind of just like a paste. So we'll take that and put it inside the turkey breast next. Okay, so we've got a boneless turkey breast, skin on, that I brined overnight with a mixture of 1 gallon of water to a cup of sugar and a cup of salt. Very simple. And a couple of herbs. Sage in this case. So we're going to take it out of the brine. We're going to just dry off the breast. Just dab it dry. Then, you know what else we're going to do? We're going to kind of hit it a little bit. So that we can get it somewhat of the same thickness. So in this case, grab the mallet. Okay, we've got a little spice mixture here that we'll just sprinkle on top, and this is just paprika, pepper, garlic powder, and cayenne pepper. And then the stuffing that we did just a minute ago, it's going to go all over the breast. Like so. Okay. Then we've got our butcher twine set up over here. And we're going to fold this over. And just roll it over. We'll use the extra skin to tuck in to the back. Then we're going to transfer it over here. I already pre-cut some twine, butcher twine. And we're just going to double twist it and tie. Double twist it. And tie. Oh, this is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Okay, I got it. Then cut off all the excess strings so they don't burn. There's our turkey ready for the smoker. Okay, now we're going to make a pasta dough to make cavatelli. I start with 2 cups of all-purpose flour and make a well in the center. 2 eggs. Right in the center. a little bit of salt, a couple of shavings of nutmeg, fresh nutmeg, quarter cup of water, and a quarter cup of extra virgin olive oil. Okay, everything's in there. We start out with a fork. And just work the wet ingredients in the middle by slowly adding the flour into it. And bring it all together. This is where you get your hands dirty. You just want to work this into a dough. Bring it all together. Just keep working it until it forms a dough. And then it needs to rest in the refrigerator for at least a half an hour or up to 3 hours. This dough is good for lots of different shapes of pasta. Could be used as a fettuccine, linguine, even for ravioli dough. It's a nice, smooth, and easy to work pasta dough. And that's about how long it takes, right there. Okay, we've got our fresh pasta dough that was resting in the refrigerator. And now I'll just take it out like so, lay it on a floured surface. And I want to square it up because what I'm going to do now is just cut it into lengths like this that I will roll to make the cavatelli. So I'll roll each one out, almost like making gnocchi. And each one gets rolled out. About the size of a pretzel stick, I guess. You know, about the size of your finger length, finger width. Then once we get them all rolled out, I've got the Cavatelli machine already attached to the table. And this is a pretty quick recipe, so since we're going to be making this with the broccoli and garlic sauce, I'm now going to take the broccoli florets that I have here and just dump them into the boiling salted water. And they'll cook while I'm making the pasta. Okay, so now I take the pasta and I feed it through my Cavatelli machine and make the Cavatelli shape. Pretty quick when you have a machine. You know what they say, when you have the right tools, you can do the job right. There you go. One batch of Cavatelli. Ready for the water. Alright, we're at the stove and I'm going to make the sauce for the Cavatelli. I'll start out with a little bit of olive oil. We've got the broccoli cooking in this pot right over here. And the Cavatelli going in right now. Stir that around and let it come back to a boil. In the meantime, over here with the hot oil, I've got some sliced slivered garlic. Put that right in. I've got a couple of anchovy fillets to add that umami flavor. Put that in. We'll just let that start toasting up. I'll add a little bit of hot red pepper flakes, just to give it a little bite. And let that garlic brown away. Check on our Cavatelli over here. Bring it back to a boil. And as the anchovy cooks in here, you just kind of mash it up in the oil and it'll dissolve in there. Don't tell anybody that you put anchovy in there. They'll never know. It'll just taste great. I have a bunch of different herbs. Any green herb. Could be as simple as parsley. In this case it's parsley and chives and a little bit of basil. I'm going to add half of the herbs now and let them cook in the oil a little bit. Get a little fragrance from them. And then I've got some homemade chicken stock. That goes in. And then we bring that to a boil. We add a little bit of pepper and a dash of salt because we've got the anchovy in there. That's going to add salt to it. Bring that to a boil. Check on our cavatelli, which I think is just about there. Let's see. Perfect. Okay, it's coming to a boil, and we're going to add the cavatelli and broccoli into the sauce directly and let it finish cooking a little bit in there. It's always good to cook your pasta a little under and then finish it in the sauce. It helps the sauce stick to the pasta. You never want to, of course, rinse your pasta. So there's everything mixed in together. Let's add some more of the fresh herbs and the pecorino, pecorino romano. And there's the finished dish. Cavatelli and broccoli in a garlic and oil sauce. So the turkey breast is off the smoker and we're ready to carve it up. It's rested for about 20 minutes. And all I want to do now is just cut the strings off. And make sure you get all of them, or somebody's going to have the lucky string in their mouth. There we go. Take all the strings off. There we go. And there's the finished product. So now we got to slice this up. Let's see how we did. Oh, it's still nice and juicy inside. Put this on the Traeger grill for 3 hours at 225 degrees with the smoke cycle on. Take a look at that. There's the herb stuffing in the middle. Looking good. Let's transfer it over to the plate here. We'll add a little of the natural jus on top. There's our finished product. Stuffed smoked turkey breast and fresh cavatelli and broccoli. Thanks again, and we'll see you next week at In the Kitchen with Chef Larry.